I'm going to show you how one page makes more than $1 million in profit per year just off of SEO. Just to prove to you that SEO is not dying, even though people like to say, oh my God, it's about GPT now, about AI now. As long as human beings are searching, there will be SEO. So if we look at this page over here, you can see the traffic value of this page is 500K, meaning that if they were to pay Google for this traffic each month, it would cost them $500,000 per month or $6 million a year. So that's a lot of money.
I'm rich.
Now, the good news is that this page ranks for 3,200 keywords. So one page by itself can rank for thousands of keywords, and that still shows you the power of SEO. It's just that people think it's this nebulous box, but it works really well. And I'm going to tell you how this person did it. The backstory on this one is that we had done a mastermind a couple years ago.
Meanwhile, back in the lowlands,
and we were on a boat. And on the boat, one of the people in the group, let's just call this person's name Andrew, had asked Bob, the other person, what they wanted to rank #1 for. And Bob gave the answer, and Andrew said no problem. And 2 months later, Bob had the #1 ranking. And it took some work to get there, wrote some really good content for the page, and they got that ranking. And there's a couple lessons here. One of the lessons is the higher you climb, the thinner the air gets. So high performers like to hang out with high performers. I don't care what level you're at. This is why athletes like to hang out with entrepreneurs, who like to hang out with authors. Everyone at a certain level, they respect the game. They respect the effort that it took to fight, to claw, to get to the point of success. So that's why people love to do masterminds. That's why I do masterminds. Just from that one interaction at the mastermind drove millions of profits for Bob. And so what did Bob do exactly? Well, first things first, that page to rank for 3,200 keywords, I believe it's about 8,000 to 10,000 words on that specific page. So there's a lot of words. And you might say, okay, well, you know, writing good content words, that's not that hard to do. I agree with that. It's not that hard to do. That's kind of table stakes nowadays. The other piece is you have to have a domain with strong domain authority. These are typically scored on a scale of 1 to 100. And when you have a domain rating, let's say of 80, 90 or so, you will typically rank for whatever it is that Google thinks that you have topical authority on. For example, one of my friends ranks really well for marketing, and then the other one ranks really well for hosting. Well, if they publish a lot of content around that, and there's a lot of surrounding content around that, plus there's a lot of link equity pointing to that website, then the domain rating is going to be good. So the higher, the better. And so you combine a high domain rating with a piece of content, then they're going to get first mover advantage. And what happens is when you rank #1, you accrue more and more link equity because people are like, oh, it ranks #1 already. Let's just link to that one. So if you start with a strong domain rating and you have a nice piece of content and you get there quickly, then the winner's going to continue to reap the rewards. And so you take a look at this page, and now it's hard to rank for this keyword, right? It's 67. The volume only says 700. So another lesson here is that keyword volume doesn't tell you the whole story, because again, that page ranks for thousands of keywords and drives much more than 700 visits a month. And it might be difficult here, but it does tell you in this tool Ahrefs that you will need 174 links to rank in the top 10 for this keyword. Now, if your domain rating is already high, then you don't need to worry as much. The other piece is just because your domain rating is high, it doesn't mean that you are excluded from having to build links to that page, because you're going to need to show value. You're going to need to show signals to the search engines that that page deserves to be in the consideration for the top 5. The other thing I wanted to call out too is this type of stuff when it comes to links, SEO, whatever. You can check out my ad agency, Single Grain, which is singlegrain.com. We do this stuff all day. That's my little shout out over there. So let's continue on over here. The concept of skyscraper content. So this is a phrase created by my friend Brian Dean, also known as Backlinko. So skyscraping content just simply means making something that's 10 times better than what is already out there in the #1 position right now. So can you truly make something that's 10x better? Not necessarily just write 10x more words, but are there other formats, case studies, data, interviews, videos that you can share in there? Also, you want to continue to update the content, because if you have a page that's performing well, maybe adding a paragraph, 2 paragraphs every month or 2, that's going to continue to compound the number of keywords that that page ranks for, and then you can decide what you want to do with it. A couple things here. SEO still works. Affiliate marketing still works, but also understanding that the SEO landscape is going to change in the next couple years. Now is the time to start diving in on this type of stuff. Now is the time you think about it. Can you acquire a website for pennies on the dollar that has a good domain rating for whatever niche that you're trying to target, and then really try to reap the rewards of producing great content, skyscrapering it, throwing a couple links here and there for these pages, and then ultimately you're going to be able to win, and then you're going to be able to be very highly profitable in the next couple years, and that's going to give you more optionality to do the things that you want to do with your business. So that is it for this one. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. You can check out this video on AI content, and that is it for today, and goodbye.